So y'all mind if we do one more song and get out of here? Yeah, 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 yeah. Two, two. Charlie, can you hear me? Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2. Charlie, can you hear me? Test, 1, 2. Can you type to make sure you can hear me? Test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2. Test. Okay, perfect. Clear? Perfect. I'll be starting in about 2 minutes. You guys come on in. Tell your friends, your cousins, your uncles to come join my live. We're gonna go in a little bit. But before we do, perfect. Okay. All right. Let me actually turn my camera around. There we go. Now you guys can see me. Hi, that much better. I was like, wait, God knows this boy. Hey. Okay, perfect. You know, working out my mic setup. Working out the mic setup, you guys. Guys, I'm starting right at 7:30. What's up, you guys? Come on in. It's about to go down. What's up, you guys? Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys. We're about to dive into this leadership workshop entitled Put Your Brand on It. But let me just handle some real life situations right quick. If you are protesting, go ahead and protest. You have every right to be upset, angry, ticked off, whatever it is. But what I'm asking for you, just be safe. That's all I'm asking. Just be safe. What's up, my people? I see you. What's up, boy? Boy, we got a freshman up. Boy, y'all go follow my freshman. This brother here, that brother can play a piano. Good Lord. It's good to see y'all. All my LC students, all my HBCU students, all the community college students, wherever you are at, let me then say, I hope your family, I hope that your friends, I hope that your loved ones are all doing well. I hope that you stay safe. That's the most important thing. So I think y'all really got on this live to really hear what I'm about to say about this workshop. So we're going to dive right into this thing. Put your brand on it. Some of y'all got some bad brands. I ain't going to lie. I've been looking at them on Instagram and Facebook. Some of y'all got some bad brands. But before I go into the topic, I always like to give my collection of people a thought to think about, or something to think about. And the something to think about, you can write this down. Branding has a cost. We all know branding has a cost because, if you go buy the new pair of J's, branding has a cost. If you go buy the new LeBrons, branding has a cost. But the 3 key questions, I got 3 key questions. Understand, I'm a Baptist child, so I always have 3 points. So I got 3 questions for y'all. And the 3 questions is this. What is your brand? Why is your brand important? How do you brand yourself? What is your brand? Why is your brand important? And how do you brand yourself? Now go ahead, get your iPads, your notepads, whatever you got to write down to take notes. Get it on out so you can take these notes. So the first question that we're going to dive into here is, what is your brand? Well, I'm glad you asked what your brand is. Your brand is this. It's really three key things that your brand is. I really broke them into two for time. So your brand is this. What is it? It's types of products that are manufactured by companies under a particular brand. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Jordan has a particular manufacturer that makes all his shoes, that makes all brand Jordan. That's it. Nike has a manufacturer that makes all the Nikes. If you go to the grocery store, there is a manufacturer somewhere or a farm that grows your particular brand of food that you buy. So now we know that there is a product within the brand. We have to understand this, that there is a product in your brand. The second one is this. Branding was also is still used for burning livestock. Now, this is for my farmers out there and my country folk. If I got some country folk or some farmers, you're going to understand this, because in today's times and even in historical times, farmers during a certain age would burn their livestock. They will also brand their particular animals that they had on the farm so they would know. Now, let me take you to some historical background about branding. Branding was also used for a form of branding criminals when they went to prison. So at a historical point in time, when criminals went to prison, they would get brand. Let me take you back, since we're in this particular time of protesting. Branding was also used for slaves. So what I'm saying is, branding been around for since the beginning of time. That's how long branding has been around. Since the beginning of time, branding has been around because it was used for slaves. Now catch this. Now if I got some Greek life, some sororities or some fraternities on here, I don't know if y'all still do this, but branding was also used in Greek life. So at one point in time, when you got crossed over in your sorority or your fraternity, you would get branded. Branding is important. Y'all, I'm sweating in here because I like that, the way that I wrote this and the way that it's going, and it's just you got to understand that branding has significance. But why is branding important? Now this way we got to get edgy. Why is branding important? Why is branding important? Branding is important. It gets people to recognize who you are. So I'm going to talk plain a little bit. For all the police officers that work under one umbrella, yeah, I went there. The reason why a lot of folks don't like you, because people recognize who you are. And your brand has not been looking good since 2010, if you want to be real. I can go farther back, but we ain't going to get into the historical context of it. But it gets people to recognize who you are. Now, we done got the negative side, let me get the positive out. When you're recognized on a positive level and your brand has significance, see, you don't have to worry about a recommendation or a scholarship or getting a job, or if you did well at the interview, or if you're going to get people to sign up for your petition or sign up for your brand, because people recognize who you are. They recognize that you are moving the cause forward. Now, on the negative side, because I got to go back to negative, people also recognize if you have a nasty attitude. So if you have a nasty attitude, or if you mean to folks, believe me, that's going to come back to hunt you. That's going to come back to bite you. If you are mean to folks, it's going to come back to bite you. Get people to recognize who you are on a positive level. It builds your portfolio. Your brand builds your portfolio. That's what it does. That's what it's there for. Your brand builds your portfolio. Why is your portfolio important? I'm glad you asked. Your portfolio is important because it gets people aligned with who you are. Because yeah, other folks may have recognized you. Now you gotta take your portfolio so people can really know who you are. And the bad thing about a portfolio is you got some negative stuff in there. See, with branding comes with some negative stuff. Look at McDonald's. Look at your Foot Lockers. Look at all of that. They have built a portfolio to where if they even do anything negative or something happens to them negatively, guess what? They're all right because they know folks gonna show up to McDonald's anyway. They know folks gonna show up to Foot Locker. They know folks because of their portfolio. They ain't had that much stuff go awry. So you have to understand that your portfolio is important. Your portfolio has significance. I hope I'm helping some folks in here. I'm really hoping I'm helping some folks because I had to work on my brand. I have to work on my brand myself. So if I'm talking about branding, I got to brand me. I can't be the young man telling the story if I ain't telling my story. What that look like? That means my portfolio really is a lie. Some of y'all might want to go check out your portfolio. Some of y'all might want to go check out your portfolio, see if you need to take some stuff out. Because I bet you there's some stuff you might want to take out of there because you ain't even doing what you saying you was going to do. So, the third question, I'm telling you, I ain't going to be before you long. And I promise you I don't never bore people. How do you brand yourself? I know I got some people on Instagram that understand how to brand yourself, but for a lot of us, we don't know how to brand ourselves. My brother Charlie that's on here, I think he's still on the live, he has a brand. So he probably understands how to brand himself, but I'm gonna give Charlie a little bit more background on how you brand yourself. Desmond, I'm gonna give you a little more background on how to brand yourself. How do you brand yourself? You realize your name is important. I don't care if your mom or dad was in your life. I don't care your life circumstance because we all have trials and tribulations that we have to overcome. I don't care if folks walked out of your life when you needed them the most. Understand that you have a name that is important. My grandfather would always tell me, son, you got one thing that folks can't take from you, and that's your name. I wish my grandfather would have said this second piece, and it's my blackness, because that ain't getting taken away either. As much as some of us wish we wasn't black, or wish, guess what? You got the name and you got the blackness, so deal with it, boo-boo. Deal with it. But your name is important. McDonald's understood that their name was important. You can drive down the road and see that big red M and you know it's McDonald's. You can drive past a Hardee's and see that big red sign with the H on it in Hardee's and know it's Hardee's. We can drive by any Walmart and see that big ugly blue sign that they got outside of Walmart and know it's Walmart. They understood that their brand is important. Your brand is not just a label on a shirt or on a shoe or on some clothes or on some food. Your brand is what you put on a piece of paper day to day. Your name has significance. Don't let nobody tell you, nah, your name ain't important. Yes, it is. I have significance. Your name is important. So here's the second piece on how do you brand yourself. And this is where we have had to realize that folks are watching. Understand that. Folks is watching. For my political folks, people are watching. But for my country folks is watching. Folks is watching you. They're watching your brand for a reason. The reason why they're watching your brand is because maybe, just maybe, they want to be like you. And if you realize that, then you will understand how important your brand is. That's why watching yourself and watching your surroundings is important. Because you never know who you're going to come in contact with. You never know who you may help or put down because of what you said or what you did. And now they looking at you different, thinking, oh man, I wanted to be like them. I wanted to have their brand. And now you done messed up, jacked up everything. And they look second guessing themselves. Understand, somebody is always watching your brand. Somebody is always watching. If you got little siblings, guess what they doing? Watching. If you got nieces and nephews, guess what they doing? Watching. If you got kids in the neighborhood that you mentor and coach, guess what they doing? Watching. Somebody is always watching. And for my college students that's going to be freshmen, depending on if you're going to community college or a university or a college, I don't care where you go, I want you to understand you have influence to put your brand on somebody's life. That is important. You have the beautiful ability to help build your brand and to help somebody over. That's why your brand has a cost. Your brand has a cost because, boo-boo, you can put some folks in your circle that can help you over. That's why your brand is important. Your brand has significance. Your brand has relevancy. But if you don't use your brand, what does it really mean? And a lot of us, we haven't been using our brand because we don't know what our brand is. And the reason why we don't know what our brand is because we've been using all our talents to where we didn't even realize our talent was our gift and the gift was our brand. I'm hoping I'm helping somebody. Your brand is important. Don't let nobody take that away from you. Don't let nobody take away your brand. Most of all, don't let nobody tell you your name ain't important. Because I came to let somebody know that if somebody done told you that your name ain't important, tell them that Charles White said, but when I'm on this mic, I'm the young man telling his story, tell them I said that your name is important. So since you have importance and since you have a brand, why not promote your brand? You got the most outlets now. We have more outlets now than anything, from TikTok to Instagram to Snapchat to Twitter to Facebook. You can name it YouTube, because I know I got some YouTubers on here. And they know their brand is important. This is an innate opportunity for you to build your brand. COVID-19 came so folks can realize what their brand is. That's why COVID-19 came, because we need to know what our brand is. You need to know what your brand is, and you need to know you have importance. So, in closing, I told you, your brand is important because of your name. But your brand is also important because you have the ability to do anything you want to do with it. Your brand is important because it has a cost. It has a cost. It has a cost. Your brand matters because it has a cost to it. It may not have a money cost, but it has a cost. And until we understand that our brand has significance and that our brand is important, then we'll understand that our brand has a cost. I bet you if somebody go buy some J's tomorrow, that's a brand and it's gonna cost. I bet if you order something on Amazon, it may be from Amazon, but it's a brand and it has a cost. If you like your favorite restaurant and you like a steak or you like a soul food meal or whatever food you may like, a burger with fries, me, myself, I like a good barbecue. I'm a country brother. Ain't nothing like having a barbecue outside in the backyard. But guess what? Every time I go by that grill, branding has a cost. because I'm going to buy a certain brand. Some of y'all don't even touch certain brands because of the cost. So, in closing, I want you to again stay safe. Even if you're protesting, stay safe. If you staying home, stay safe. But have a watchful eye of the brands that you have around you. Just have a watchful eye during this season. This is the time for you to really be watching your brands. Some of y'all be shopping at some of these places. Let me tell you, you might want to watch the brand that you're shopping at. Because little do you know, they don't even like you. They just glad that you have the money because branding has a cost. So like I said, my name is Charles White. But when I'm on this mic, I'm just a young man telling my story. And I can't tell you my story if I haven't been through nothing. And some of y'all got a story. Y'all done been through some stuff. But you got to tell your story to help somebody else over. Have a great week. Come see me again next Monday because I'm going to be talking about friendship. Yeah, friendship. Y'all know how y'all be having them fake friends around y'all, but we ain't even going to get into it. Come see me next week. We're going to dive into all about the tree. But I had to let you know how important your brand is before I talk about how you need to get some fake folks out your life so you can expand your brand. Before I talk about the fake folks, I need to get you to understand that your brand is important. Y'all stay safe. If you're going to protest tonight, because I do know there's some protests going on, please make sure you make it home. Because the last thing we do not want is for you to not make it home. We want everybody to make it home. That's your number one job, is to make it home. Y'all have a wonderful night. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Y'all be safe. God bless you. It's your boy Charles White signing off. Young man telling his story.